Good evening to all our wonderful viewers all over the world, and welcome to Face program. This is the program where we frontally discuss political and social issues in Nigeria. This weekly program is brought to you every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Nigerian time, anchored by my humble self, Prince Ewumande Konkons. I'm going to be joining the studio tonight with my brother and a regular contributor to this program. Our topic for today is what can the incoming government do to help the people of Nigeria? There is no doubt that Nigeria is falling apart. The challenges are huge, from unemployment to insecurity, loan deficits, and many other challenges facing average Nigerians. Uh, what should be the priority of the incoming government? How should they tackle the issue of insecurity? What can the incoming government do that will yield a more positive result compared to the present administration? My brother, you are welcome to the studio.
Well, thank you, my brother, and it's always good to see you and good to have me here on your program.
Thank you so much. How are you doing today? How's the weather over there?
We just thank God, to God be the glory. It's not too cold today. It's kind of mild. It's mild. The weather is kind of friendly. Yeah, the weather is it's fair. It's not that harsh. It's not hot, and it's not too cold. It's just mild.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I think I saw your poster sometimes ago that you were actually running, vying to be like what we call mayor here in the UK, like the council chairman in Nigeria. How is that going for you?
Well, first of all, I just give God the glory. My campaign is doing very, very well, and unfortunately, you know how it is in Nigeria. I'm having a hard time, spending a lot of money. In Nigeria, you got to spend money to run any election, regardless of your popularity or your personality, things like that. But you still have to spend a lot of money. What is even with the major challenge right now is with the party and the state governor. The state governor, I don't know why it is like that. Nigeria, that the council in Nigeria is supposed to be the third tier of government.
That's right.
But unfortunately, in Nigeria, I don't know how they did it, how they missed that part. It looks like they kind of sideline or, kind of silence the council. It looks like there's no existence of council. Council has been tied to the apron of the governors. So that's the reason why the election up till now has not been done. It's been over 2 years since the council has been dissolved. One will expect that immediately, actually before the dissolution of the council, you will expect that there's another one that is going to be sworn in right away.
Yeah, logistic would have been put in place to have to usher in a new government, a new council chairman.
Correct. So, and with that being said, there's nothing like that. Over 2 years, think about that. There is no council in existence in Edo State. So that is mind-boggling, you know what I mean? So
is that legal? Is that legal for any governor, a sitting governor to kind of just be running the local government council without a proper or duly elected council chairman? Is that legal according to the law?
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not a lawyer, and I have not been able to interpret that point at all. I believe it is illegal, because if you are running a democracy and you have the federal, the state, and the council, okay? So obviously, all of them are supposed to be independent of each other anyway. Unfortunately, again, like I said earlier, is that we don't know. Nobody can even speak out on it. The governors, not just Edo State alone, but I know other states have done their own council elections.
Council election.
I'm concerned about my state where I am running. So unfortunately, everybody is saying that it's the prerogative of the governor. I just can't interpret it. I don't have problem with the governor, but I cannot fathom that fact that
the
the
idea of
council,
running the council without a duly elected council chairman,
exactly.
or even an interim,
There is nothing like that. No
even an
interim.
interim
You
chairman,
know
like what they had back in the days of Adam Salih Oshomole. They had
exactly
the critical committee chairman who was sworn
right.
in.
Yes.
So I mean, well, that's what I would have expected of this same administration.
But
However,
but like I said,
yeah,
before we continue, let me complete this. Let me quickly conclude that part.
yeah,
The thing is, you ask whether it was legal or isn't it illegal?
yeah,
I would say it is illegal
yeah,
because when you say federalism, which
yeah,
include the council, and there is no existence of the council, that means it's illegal
yeah,
because there is no vacuum in governance. No vacuum. There's not supposed to be any vacuum. So
yeah,
left behind. So we've not had council in Edo State for over 2 years. So that is something that is supposed to be the concern of the citizen and especially the civil society group, which I belong to as well.
yeah, yeah,
You as well, you are a member of the civil society group.
yeah,
No one is, the opposition is not talking. The main party leaders are not talking about it. The governor himself is not telling anybody anything. Nobody's, everybody just showing, concern about that tier of governor. So it's unfortunate. He's supposed to be the closest
to the
to the
people.
people. Again,
You're freezing.
yeah.
Yeah, is from my understanding, the electoral act that was amended of recently, which gives the local government autonomy to run the affair without the interference of the state governor. How far have they gone with that?
Yeah, I heard about that. And one other clause that I just cannot again interpret is that you know you said the National Assembly has passed a bill regarding the autonomy, like you just said.
Yeah,
And since I heard about that, it's going to a year now, almost a year since I heard about that. That part of the
electoral act.
electoral reform.
Yeah,
So I heard about that, but the other class I heard is that they have to take it to the states for the states assembly
to
to also,
ratify it.
yeah, to ratify. I don't know why that has to be done. Once anything is done, supposedly in the National Assembly, the next thing is supposed is to take it to the president for to append the signature on it to make it become law. But now I heard that after the National Assembly passed it, they have to take it back to the states assembly. You know how it is in Nigeria, in particular. State assembly State assembly also are puppet to the governors, and the governors are enjoying, whatever remuneration that goes to the council. Because if they don't do the council election, guess what? They are in charge of everything. Nobody. There's no council. There's no council if the election is not done. So now, because we're in democracy, this is not autocratic system like we had in the military era. The
Yeah.
military era, they can decide to do it the way they like. But this is different. For crying out loud, this is democracy. This
Yeah,
is democracy.
do you know why I brought this up? Because you see, like you said, we have three tiers of government.
Yes.
The most closest tier of government to the people, which is the local government.
Yes.
The country where I reside here today, by the special grace of God, the council does everything from your water rate, your council bill, everything that you have to, everything that affects us on a day to day is being done through the council. Automatically, you deal with the council, your council area. Healthcare, you deal with your council area. Everything is done through the council. There is no government that will be able to function properly in Nigeria without addressing the root cause, which is the foundational problem, which is the council. If the council is not doing what they are supposed to do, there's no way we are going to ever get the dividends of democracy. Because our topic for today is how can the incoming government, what can they do to help Nigerians? So it must start from the foundation. Abuja cannot come and help somebody in Benin City, or somebody in Oredu local government, or Igo local government, or Ikpowaha, for example, or Obosi local government in Anambra State. It has to, our personal dealing should be with the local government council. So if the council is not functioning properly to its full capacity, there is no way, there's no miracle that's going to change anything. So the most important issue for us as Nigeria now, we should also redirect our attention towards the local government, because that is where our problem lies. The problem of an average Nigerian lies with the local government. If the local government are performing to their fullest capacity, then we don't need to cry to the state or the federal or the National Assembly. We only go to the National Assembly and the House of Assembly, the Senate House, for laws that need to be passed or implemented that will have a general effect to the life of the people.
Oh, well, yeah, you got that right. You see, if you said that about the UK, because I once lived in the UK as well myself, and but I'm in the United States, where everybody think democracy, kind of generated, So if America is where everybody is the nation that everybody is looking up to for democracy. So you can imagine, you just said all that about the UK. The same thing here is replicated here in the United States. The council is the main base of government, the fundamentals, everything, like you mentioned, is the same thing here in the United States. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, it is the reverse, is the case of everything. That is, you already got that right, that's the root cause of our problem. If we do not fix it, the problem is going to persist. If we do not take care of it, it is going to continue to be like this. The governor will continue to be, very, very powerful. I understand, even President Buhari, people complain that, oh, it's not good, But I've heard so many things from the man that kind of impressed me, because the man is against the way things are being run, especially local government, that the governors have swallowed the local government. Buhari is not happy about it. He has been talking, he has been advocating. Unfortunately, he is no longer a military president. So there's little or nothing or no much he can do about it. But he has been crying that the governors are the problem of our country. If you agree, I agree too, that the governors are the problem. Because look at it now. You just analyzed it. The local government is not functioning. Only the state, we hear about the state and the federal government. Where is the local government? Nobody talk about them.
Not at all.
The council is supposed to be probably the most important of the three, I'm telling you. They carry the load because they are closer to the people. That's very simple.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is practiced here in the United States, where we are copying our, the democracy. We're copying them, but we're not practicing it the way it is being practiced here in the United States and the UK. So it is so unfortunate. I'm going to speak. I have not been talking about it. This is my very, very first program that I'm speaking about it, because I don't want to say anything that will offend people. Our people, they can always find a way to fault you. But again, because of my nature as an activist, as a civil society personality, I would say the way it is, regardless of the consequences anyway, because you and I, we are out there, to salvage our people, to redeem our people from the shackles of oppression of our leaders in Nigeria. My own my desire is for the welfare of the people. Live and let live. That's my slogan. Live and let live. Don't dominate. Don't occupy. Remember that this world is not a permanent place for all of us.
Not
Even
at all.
position of power, is transient. They don't understand it. Once they get to that power, oh, they become so big. They develop big head, according to America. They develop that big head. They think that, oh, it is never going to go away. No. For example, in my state, which I will always use as an example, my state, Edo State, I think the governor, the tenure of the governor probably is going to be less than 2 years for him to go. So in the next 2 years, at the most, he is no longer a governor anymore. But most governors in Nigeria don't think that way. They think when they're in that power, they're in that corridor of power, they think that's it. Nobody else is important but them. So it's just unfortunate anyway.
Yeah, it is very sad that nobody has been able to address this issue because the local government is very important. It's very important to the development of every state or every nation because the president is not going to be everywhere. President is meant to be the president of the entire nation, not of one particular local government or region. So, if the local government is not functioning, there is no way the dividend of democracy is going to trickle down from the presidency to the local government. If the governor is just sitting there making the utmost decision on behalf of the citizens of each of the local government, then I mean we are still where we are. When the new government comes, if this issue is not also addressed, we are still going to fall back to where we were before it came in. So,
Exactly.
um, I mean, what do you think that the incoming government will be able to do to change this whole narrative from your own perspective? What do you think that needs to be done or addressed to be able to tackle some of these key issues that is dragging Nigeria back as of today?
Oh, the answer is so simple. Everybody is, they are all saying obedient, that we are all obedient. I would, that we are all obedient. I say, including myself, because it is the new slogan in Nigeria and even in the diaspora. The reason is, like I said in one of your programs, is that we have lost it with this present crop of leadership we have. The leadership in Nigeria has been so recycled that it has. When you recycle one particular thing so many times, too much, right? It will wear out. So they have worn out, and that's the reason why people are now clamoring for a new, a new beginning, to a new face, basically,
Yeah.
because the rest of the ones that we have been seeing has been so much recycled, recycled, and recycled. Guess what? I repeat it again. I guess you are hearing it for the first time. They have worn out. They have worn out. I'm going to give you an example. Let me use. I want to give you an illustration right now.
Yeah.
You see, like this ball of water,
Can.
right?
Yeah.
When you continue to recycle it and recycle it, look at it. A time will come. This lid
The
here will
cover, the
no
lid,
longer,
yeah.
because it has worn out.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly
That's
what
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on in Nigeria. So when people are cry obedient, where else everybody obedient, I don't blame them. I do not blame them because that's what we need now. We need a new face. Now, coming to your question, that how is this just in case, for example, if they allow it to happen for us to have a new person, new personality, to the top. For example, we're all talking about this now to the federal level, to the one that will be the president of the country.
Yes, yes.
What I expected to do is actually, it's not because I'm running as a chairman for council. No, I will expect him to first, if he knows, if he know what he's doing, to first address the issue of local government autonomy in Nigeria. That is very, very, very fundamental. It's very important. If we don't do that, and then again, it's going to be, we are going to go back to the same, the same cycle, a roller coaster, So basically, he got to, first of all, address the matter of council, because he's going to be the president of the nation, like you said. As a president, there's, he has his own role to play. Yeah, he's the father of the nation. We agree, but he's not going to go down to perform the duties of the governors. He's not going to go down to perform the duties of the local government chairman, the council chairman. No, he's not going to do all that. Okay, everybody is supposed to be accountable to themselves. There's supposed to be that accountability, from the bottom to the bottom. I mean, from the top to the bottom, or
yeah.
from the bottom to the top. When I say from the top to the bottom, I'm talking about from the presidency, from the governors and the chairman. Or if you want to take it from the bottom up, from the chairman, governor, and the presidency, so that everybody, if they perform their duty adequately well, Nigeria will be fixed. There's no magic about it. Number one. Number two, the issue of corruption. He need to address the issue of corruption. Corruption is as a matter of fact, some people in one of my program, my broadcast way back some years ago, some people say, why can't we just change the name of Nigeria to corruption? They should be calling it. Yes, because everywhere you go is corruption.
Yeah.
And recently, Nigeria has become so in this
corruption fantastically corrupt, according to David Cameron.
Exactly. Now, Nigeria, corruption is into the system. So that's why somebody suggested that let's change the name of Nigeria to corruption, because every level you go, everybody has been corrupted. Everybody has been corrupted. If you interview or happen to observe a 2-year-old, let me remove the 1-year-old, a 2-year-old child in Nigeria, just observe them. There will be some element of corruption that you will find out.
100%, I agree with you.
So these are things. So he has a lot of problems, a lot of issues to fix when he come back. I mean, if the person come into power. But if you see the recycled ones from the other parties that has always been around, guess what? They will not address this issue we are talking about. They will not address the issue of these fundamentals that we're talking about. Because why? They are part of it. It is part of them. So how are they going to fix it? It will be difficult. It will only take new blood, fresh face, new face. It will only take a fresh face to address the issue of corruption head on. They have to attack it, because corruption is the biggest problem of Nigeria. There is no way about it. It has affected the religious circle. It has affected the traditional circle. It has affected the, what do you call it, civil service and all that stuff. So where do we go? Where do we run to? Who do we run to? Where do we run to? Everywhere you go, there's corruption. So all these fundamental issues, whoever is going to be the president, especially if it's a new blood, because what we are seeing now is the only new blood that we are seeing is obedient. But there are other people also contesting from other, silent political parties. The only three major ones that we have, that we all know, is the PDP, APC, and the Labour. Labour is a new sheriff.
The new sheriff in town.
Right. So if Labour happen to win, I'm addressing this to Peter Obi, just in case he wins the election. These are issues he needs to address. If he doesn't address the issue of local government, the issue of corruption in Nigeria, and put other parameters in proper order, we are going back to where we were before. Honestly, it's not a magic. He's not a magician. He can't perform magic. No. But doing the right thing is what matters. Here in the United States and over there in the UK, I know it. I've been there. So doing the right thing is what matters. Here is the deal. How does it matter? If you play your part and I play my part, guess what? Everything will be easy. Everything will be easy.
True.
But if I play my part and you refuse to play your part, that means you are leaving the burden. You are giving me a burden to handle. And as a matter of fact, I will not be able to play my part and yours that easy. Even if I could, but it's not going to be easy. It was not designed that way. No, it is designed, the system is designed such that you play your part and I play my part. Guess what? We will be, it will be so easy and everything will go smoothly.
Moving forward, I think the bottom to the top approach is perhaps one of the best thing the new government, incoming government, could introduce into the system. When I say from the bottom means from the third tier of the government, which is the local government council, whereby the people, the mindset of the people also need to be revolutionized to the extent that things can work proper, because the local government council, the third tier of the government, they are the one charged with the responsibility of dealing with the people, not the state, not the federal, but the local government. So the bottom to the top approach will be something that I think might work to the benefit of the masses. And again, Peter Obi, if God permits him to become the duly elected and president of Nigeria come 2023, him alone cannot fix Nigeria. You and I know that very well. One man cannot fix Nigeria. But the approach matters a lot. His approach will means a lot to Nigerians. For example, he said he's going to tackle corruption. He's not going to be chasing goals by fighting those who stole before he was inaugurated, but he's going to come in and put a blockage to every nook and cranny where money is being taken out. He's going to set up and strengthen the institution, because that's some of the problem we have as a country. The institutions are there, but they are not strengthened to the extent whereby they'll be able to check and balance each other, like the way it's done in the climate where you and I live here. For example, we have EFCC. EFCC has been turned into a vindictive kind of agency who are going after the opposition party, who are going after someone who stole 2 naira or someone who stole 10 naira, instead of going after the key people, which are the corrupt elite in the system, those who stole billions. And I'm not saying that someone that steal 100 naira is okay for them to steal it. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they should focus their attention to go after those who have stolen our collective wealth, dried up to today. They have, people with billions of dollars stolen from the government. They are still working on the street of Nigeria. Those are the people they should go after, get the money back, and put the money back into the system. So if Peter Obi, for example, becomes the president of Nigeria and is able to block all these areas where money is being taken, especially the NNPC, the Nigeria seaport, those are where our money lies. The seaport. I know of someone who owns one of the biggest shipping company in Europe. She once told me a few years ago, about a decade ago, that for their ship to bet in Nigerian water, they pay $50,000 per betting. This was like almost 10 years ago. She told me that. Just for the ship to bet in Nigerian seaport for one night. And thereafter, They have 24 hours. Thereafter, they pay demurrage. They pay demurrage for every night they spend. So, and there's no ship that comes to African shore without transiting Nigeria. Nigeria, the seaport generate a lot of money for Nigeria, but where does it go? So if this area they are able to block all this area, I'm sure you and I will, Nigeria, everybody will have enough, enough that we don't need to be where we are today, that rather than go back home and also contribute our little quota to our fatherland.
Nigeria is such a huge country, heterogeneous in nature, and it is not easy as we see it. I understand that. But if Peter Obi happened to win the election, we are focused on him right now. If he happened to win the election, what he need to do is to have a selection of men and women with proven character, proven integrity, men and women of proven character and proven integrity to work with him because he cannot do it alone. That is where we have problem. If others, let's say for example, he has that integrity and selflessness, what about those who are going to be ministers? What about those who are in the National Assembly? What about those who are in the Houses of Assembly? What about the governors? What about the chairman of the council chairman? So all these are bottleneck in governance because he cannot do it alone. He's not promulgating the decree. We go with the law, amendments of law here and there, and these are done by other human beings that you cannot prove their character, that you cannot, you cannot vouch for their character. That's the problem. So if he comes in, or whoever gets there, for example, we don't have choice right now because I keep telling people that elections are done in the primary level. Now, that's why people are crying in APC and PDP. We already missed it. That primary level, try to nominate a candidate. That is the problem. If the political parties were able to nominate some without, they should have put money aside. They shall, because I heard, not that I was there. Nigerians, the corruption, money is contagious to Nigeria. As long as they see money like this, oh my God, everything changes. That's the problem. So,
brother,
if they did,
yes. I might have to stop you here. I know if I give you all the time, you will probably continue to talk, and I'm enjoying it as well. But we are almost running out of time.
It's okay.
And,
but before I let you go, sir, let me finish that point. Okay. If they had elected people or proven integrity without taking bribe here and there to elect, that is that's the problem they have now in PDP and APC, because they are certain those who were nominated to go nominate the
to represent the people, the people. They sold out. They sold out for a pot of porridge.
God bless you. That's the language. They sold out. So if they didn't sell out, we won't be having all this problem,
I agree with you. Thank you so much. It's always my pleasure having you here on my studio, and I look forward bringing you back again. We have quite a lot to say, a lot to do till before the election next year. We have to try to also contribute our own very best to make sure we have a better Nigeria and a new Nigeria that you and I can also be proud of. I thank you. I thank my viewers all over the world. And until next week, same time, same place, remain blessed. Thank you.